Hey everyone, it's Chris over at Springs Law Group, touching base with you all today. Wanted to touch base with you guys today on this this article that I read. I was at the gym this morning, was watching the news while I was at the gym, and saw an article or a thing that they were doing come by, and then went on to KKTV 11 News' site to check this out. And it said that Colorado Springs had deadliest year ever out on roads in 2020. Wanted to make sure too that everybody's aware of that and give you guys some of the reporting that they had. So the reporting was originally Colorado Springs Police Department originally reported 50 deaths for the year of 2020 until another pedestrian died from a crash in December, making the total number of deaths in Colorado Springs at 51. That's up from 2019 when there were only 42 deaths. And the interesting thing is the police officers then that were quoted in the story are actually quoted talking about how that people are just not paying attention to the roads. And so because there's a lot of things internally inside of your car happening, if it's anything from the radio to your kids to your cell phone, that people are just distracted while they're driving and they're not paying attention. And what I found to be kind of telling is that a lot of these things are preventable. And so one thing that the officers are talking about is to definitely just look up, keep your eyes on the road, and put your cell phones away, put them on silent mode, and not drive distracted. The other interesting thing is too, with the increase that we had from the 42 deaths to the now 51 deaths in Colorado Springs on the roads, it's during a year too when there was a pandemic and we were shut down and locked down. And so I thought that was interesting because even during this time, then it shows that the drivers at times then are not taking things as seriously as they should be, even if the roads are not as busy as they had been in the past in 2019 or 2018. And so it's very, very important that we do things, that we educate ourselves, and not only educate ourselves, but also educate our children as they're driving and observing us. And that we're making sure then too that we're getting everybody safely from point A to point B as we're out driving on the roads in Colorado Springs. And so I wanted to share this today. I did attach a link of the article in the notes as well, so everybody will be able to see that. But it's just important that in a year in a pandemic where we've had lockdown, that we've had an increase in deaths in the city of Colorado Springs, up by 9 from the prior year when the roads were definitely more congested. And so, and another thing too that one of the police officers said is that, one of the officers is quoted, Officer Stinson, by saying, there will be a blurb on the media and then they're kind of forgotten. And so when you just start putting numbers on it, we feel that you lose sight of the tragedy that's going on. And the reality is too, it's a number, but at the same time, these numbers are people. These are people too that if that these trips could have been completely prevented, and the trips could have been handled just fine, and then these deaths could have been completely prevented, so long as everybody's doing their part in staying focused on their one job, which is to drive their vehicle. And so, I work with End Distracted Driving on teaching children and youth how to, talk to each other and talk to their families about distracted driving. And it's just important that we educate ourselves on the right thing to do and how to have those hard conversations about getting home safely or getting to our destination safely. So it's very, very important, because I would bet you money that any one of these families that lost a loved one would give anything back to have them back. And so it's just very, very important that we understand that those numbers are people, and that we think about and we now do better ourselves as drivers to make sure that we're not distracted, that we're not looking back, that we're not looking down, that we're not, that we're just focused on what's ahead of us, and that we listen to what the officers here are saying so that we can do a better job of bringing this number down next year and avoid traffic fatalities here in Colorado Springs. But I wanted to share this news article with you because I think it's an important one as we start the year out. Let's make 2021 definitely a better year for us, and without as many traffic fatalities here in Colorado Springs. So if y'all have any questions at all, you guys know where to reach us. Here's our number right here for us. You're more than welcome to give us a call at 719-300-7554. Hope you all have a great day, and we will talk to you later. Bye now.